Welcome everyone to Discover This. Some of you watched our previous video on the Peckerwoods Motorcycle Club and all the trouble they had with the law from the get-go, basically. Well, today we have a story of the Peckerwoods MC, but one specific guy who was a president of one of the chapters, and we're going to tell his story and how he got in trouble with the law. So let's get started. Stephen Montree was a regular blue-collar guy who ran into trouble every now and then. In fact, during one stint in Donovan State Prison down in the San Diego area, he even made the front page of the local newspaper, the San Diego Union, talking about weightlifting in prison and how it bided the time, as it were. Somewhere along the line, Stephen Montree fell in with the Peckerwoods Motorcycle Club. He became a prospect, then a full patch member. He was a loyal member, all in as they say. He was part of the Dago chapter, based in the eastern part of San Diego County. Around 2013, the Peckerwoods Motorcycle Club decided to expand in San Diego County, and they opened a chapter in the northern part of the county. They called it the Northwoods chapter. And Stephen Montree became the original president of the Northwoods chapter. Now, the Northwoods basically ran along Highway 78, basically from Escondido out west to Oceanside, California. And they did all the usual things, attending events hosted by other motorcycle clubs and hosting their own events, toy runs and different things for various charities. They would sometimes use the Cowshed Bar as one of their event locations, as did a number of other motorcycle clubs. After running and gunning for a couple years, for their own reasons, the Peckerwoods Motorcycle Club shut down the Northwoods chapter, and the members moved back to the Dago chapter. Around 2017 or so, the Peckerwoods Motorcycle Club started a chapter in Riverside County, California. The area they chose was lower Riverside County, the Temecula, Murrieta, Lake Elsinore area, that part along Interstate 15. The Peckerwoods instilled Stephen Montree as the president of the chapter they called Woodside, with two lightning bolt S's in the middle there. Stephen Montree moved up to Temecula, and the members lived all around that region. Again, as with the Northwoods chapter, the Woodside chapter would attend other motorcycle clubs events, and they hosted their own, again for various charities in the area. And sometimes they would get a thank you letter from the charities in return. Now, being a 1% club, there was probably more than charity work going on, but that's their business, at least until someone is busted and it makes the news. In early 2018, the FBI and one of their task forces was working a major drug case involving using a wire to listen in on drug transactions, sales, and that kind of thing. This was not a biker case, just some major drug traffickers in the San Diego County region. Well, in July 2018, Stephen Montree stumbled into the Fed's wire. Stephen Montree purchased 10 pounds of methamphetamine from one of the sources the Feds had a wire on. And the Feds watched Stephen Montree travel down from Temecula to San Diego to purchase the 10 pounds and travel back to Temecula, where they followed him to his house. Now, 10 pounds is not a light load, and Stephen Montree was now very much on the Fed's radar. On July 26, 2018, federal agents, FBI and ATF, the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, and a few other agencies served a search warrant at Stephen Montree's house in Temecula on Tanager Circle. They also served search warrants at a couple other locations he had ties to. But inside that Tanager Circle house, inside the garage specifically, agents found what amounted to the Peckerwoods Motorcycle Club Woodside Chapter Clubhouse, with banners, flags, flyers, shirts, stickers, and all that kind of stuff all around. And inside a safe inside that clubhouse, agents found that 10 pounds of meth. They also found 3 handguns. Remember, Stephen Montree is a felon, not allowed to have guns, a large amount of U.S. currency, and packaging materials for drug sales. Stephen Montree was arrested at his house that day. And after being arrested in Temecula, Stephen Montree was brought here to downtown San Diego to the Metropolitan Correctional Center, basically the federal jail. And this is where he was from July of 2018 while waiting for trial. Then in October of 2020, Stephen Montree pled guilty to distribution of meth. He also admitted to law enforcement that located the 10 pounds of meth, 3 firearms, the large amount of cash, and the packaging materials, that those were all his. So basically, he didn't rat on anybody. He took the hit for everything. And after he pled guilty, he was here while they were processing paperwork and whatnot. And then he got sent to another federal place where they figured out where they were going to send him. And currently, as of the filming of this video anyway, he's at Terminal Island in the Los Angeles area. And he's due to be released in December of 2030. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for this story about Stephen Montree and the Peckerwoods MC and the trouble he got into. If you enjoy these biker videos, we got a few more coming, but we're going to intersperse those with a lot of other different things, different topics. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Please check out some of our other videos, and we will see you next time on Discover This.